everyone, my name is Idil and welcome to Idil's Kitchen. In this video, we'll be making Turkish street food style rice together. But first, I wanted to take you to one of my favorite rice places. I'm right now in Kadıköy. It's one of the most happening towns here in Istanbul. And here I've got in front of me some rice with chickpeas. This is very common in Turkey. Rice is either served with chicken or chickpeas and sometimes both, in which case, we'll be making with both. And I just want to show you how it's sold in the street. This here is about 7 lira, so it's less than $2 actually. And let's give it a taste. There are very important key points you have to take into consideration when making rice. One is always using butter. This one is very buttery and you can really feel that. The second one is you cook it with either beef stock or chicken stock. I think this one is cooked with beef stock, which I like, but I like cooking it with chicken stock better. And the chickpeas are very soft, and when everything comes together, it's very filling, very delicious, super cheap, a great way to eat your meals. So let's get into the kitchen now. Let's go back to my kitchen and let's make this on our own. And we are back in the kitchen and we'll be making Turkish street food style rice recipe, although it's going to be much better than the ones that are being sold on the street. What we're going to need is obviously some rice. I'm using regular Baldo rice, although you can make it with basmati as well. Some chickpeas, some vermicelli, some chicken stock, and I'll use some chicken too, some butter, olive oil and salt, and I'm going to write down all the ingredients in the description box along with the quantities, so make sure to check it out. First off, I'm heating my pan. To make rice, you need a specifically designed pan, which is not too high, and if it does have a glass cover, it's better because then you can see if the rice is ready or not without opening up the lid. It's very important not to open the lid while cooking rice to leave it for best results. So I'm adding the butter. Butter is a must. You must always use butter when making Turkish style rice, and some olive oil. And I'm doing this because I don't want to burn the butter, and olive oil helps it get hot without burning. And I'm going to wash the rice. We don't want the starch when making Turkish style rice. Last week we made yogurt soup with when using rice for the soup, I didn't wash it because I wanted the starch to give the soup some consistency. But here I don't want anything like risotto, so I'm going to wash it thoroughly for about 5 minutes. And what our grandmothers used to do is they leave the rice to soak in warm water for half an hour, and that helps get rid of that excess starch as well. And the dish that we are going to make today, it's something that Turkish grandmothers always cook. My grandmother always cooked to me. I always make it to my son. It's my son's favorite dish. It's my favorite dish too. And we usually enjoy it with yogurt or ayran, which is a yogurt drink, and I'll show you that one as well. So I'm washing the rice very thoroughly. So the rice is ready and my butter is hot. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of vermicelli. If you don't have it on hand, you can skip it, but it does add a good, nice flavor. And I'm sautéing the vermicelli in the warm butter for about 2 minutes. And now I'm adding the rice. It's smelling amazing. I'm adding 2 cups rice, and I'm going to sauté the rice for another 5 minutes, making sure that it's shiny, and this is an important step as well. Once I see the rice shining bright like a diamond, it was a bad joke, sorry. I'm adding the salt, giving everything another mix. And another important thing when making rice is that you add salt at this point, and it has to cook out perfectly. If you have to add salt after the rice is cooked, it's considered unsuccessful by our grandmothers. Make sure to adjust. And once I give everything another good mix, I add 3 cups chicken stock. And this is the perfect ratio as well. 2 cups rice, 3 cups chicken stock. I put the heat on high. I'm going to bring the water to a boil. I'm going to see it boiling. And then I'm going to put it on a simmer, cover up the lid and cook it for, I will say, 20 minutes. And here I have my chicken stock. I always make my own chicken stock. I never use the store-bought stuff. And what I do is I put some chicken and some vegetables, whatever I have on hand that day. So sometimes always onions, sometimes garlic, carrots, celery, whatever you have on hand, just to make it more flavorful. Always a bay leaf. Sometimes I add half a piece of lemon in there, which gives it a nice flavor as well. And this chicken is cooked as well. So while the rice is cooking, I'm just going to rip apart the meat. And the chickpeas, I've cooked them as well. You can use canned chickpeas too, so they're ready too. So once the rice is cooked, we are gonna garnish it with some chicken and chickpeas. And once I see this full boil, then I turn it to a simmer and I put the lid on. Wait until the rice absorbs the water. Once I see the rice absorb all the chicken stock, which is very quick, it absorbs about 10-12 minutes, I open up the lid and this is how it should look like. As you can see, there is no more stock in the rice. It's very important that we leave this to rest, but I want to include, make all the flavors come together. So I'm adding the chickpeas and the chicken like this. Giving it a stir. Ah, cooks so good because of the butter. And now I'm covering it with a clean kitchen towel. The heat is off. I'm putting on the lid and leaving it to rest for another 15, maybe 20 minutes. It's very important to leave your rice to rest before you serve it. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to show you how to make ayran. It's something that we drink all the time. So what we need is a cup of yogurt and 2 cups of water. And you can adjust this quantities. If you want it more watery, you add more water. If you want it more thick, then you add more yogurt. And in it, I'm adding some salt. You can include some basil leaves. You know, you can flavor it with anything you want. I like it plain the best. And I'm using my blender here. I'm mixing everything together and the ayran will be ready too. And it's pronounced ayran. Ready. I love this. And I'm going to now wait another 10 minutes for my rice and I'm going to take it to a plate and I'll show you how it looks like. And it's time to give it a taste. I waited for about another 15 minutes, which was a tough wait. And now I'm putting it on my plate here. And it's always a good idea to give it a couple more stirs before you plate it. Some of that beautifully cooked chicken. It's always another good idea to use the chicken thighs when making chicken soup so that you can enjoy the beautiful meat afterwards. I love it with some fresh pepper. And we eat rice with spoon. It's a must. So I'm taking a spoonful of rice with some chickpeas and chicken. It's so good. I can't think of anything so filling, so delicious, so amazing. Please do try it at our homes. This dish is one of, I think, Turkey's favorites. I'm sure that you will like it as well. If you haven't done so, please do subscribe to my channel. I share a lot of easy, wholesome, delicious Mediterranean recipes. So I hope to see you next time. Bye!